Good evening, everybody. It's your girl, Miss Eha, coming live with Journey with Trish the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Got a lot of stuff to get out on chest tonight, off of my chest. I'm boarding some reinforcements. She don't even know what she about to get herself into. Please forgive me. I just needed some support from somebody who has their own opinion, who can't be easily influenced and is very outspoken and well-spoken. So here we are.
Hello, everyone.
Tell them who you are.
I'm Nikki Amy. I'm here with Trish tonight. I don't know what to expect tonight after that, but I'm ready. I'm very outspoken. Everything she said is all true.
I don't know, but it's definitely my opinion. Go ahead and take this opportunity to like, comment, follow, and share so we can get this out to as many people as possible. Tonight, we're going to be talking about social media trending topics. We're going to talk about Pastor, what is it, Keon? What's his last name? Anyway, Pastor Keon, the one who told the lady to hush. In the choir. So we're going to talk about Pastor Keon and Pastor said hush. We're going to talk about coaches and other luxury items. What makes something luxury? We're also going to talk about the fall of Diddy. That's probably where I'm going to start tonight. We're going to talk about unbraiding my hair and this teacher who allowed a student to unbraid his hair, some students to unbraid his hair in the classroom. Finally, we're going to talk about the hungry black man. Since you wouldn't take the opportunity to come on here and holler at your girl yourself, I figure I'll just do it on my own. I mean, listen, I gave you the opportunity. So let's do it. Before I get started, let me go ahead and give you my medical disclaimer, because everything I do, I promise you, it's going to relate to your mental health in some type of way. Everything you do relates to mental health. I promise you, whether it's buying a house, buying a car, being in the house and not being in the house, going to work, not going to work, dealing with them kids, dealing with your husband, with your man, with your girl, everything involves your mental health. So if you're having any type of medical or psychiatric emergency tonight, I'm not your provider. I'm just here to give my opinion and some unprofessional advice tonight, but I will never steer you wrong. I promise. All right. If you have an emergency, go to the emergency room or contact your doctor. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's get into it. Let's talk about first. Get this a little closer to me. Let's talk about first the fall of Diddy. Have you followed that at all?
I have, very closely.
Mm-hmm. So I actually had a podcast after after the whole lawsuit with Cassie and everything. And I had my cousin Big Rap on here. Me and him, like, we even had some words at some point during that episode. And, I had to call and talk to him afterwards because I take it very personal when it comes to women being abused. And I do so because I've been open and honest before about the fact that I have been in abusive relationships. I've been in abusive relationships going way back to being 13 years old. I've told you before, having a gun pulled on me by a grown ass man at 13 years old, being somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, and him threatening to shoot off my kneecaps. So abuse goes way back for me. So when we talk about that, whenever I come on here, I already know that I don't expect everybody to share my opinion.
Exactly.
But I do have to be careful because my platform is designed for women.
Exactly.
Yes. So I'm definitely not going to let somebody come on here and me just not say anything to at least defend women. So where I want to start, Nikki, when we're talking about the Diddy thing, is the fact that I watch so many people at all these award shows when he received like the humanitarian award. I watch so many of these people that are now speaking on him get up and
clap
for him. Support him throughout all of this. And for those of you who wonder how women can stay in these relationships, and some for so long, or some, scared to get out of them. The number one thing is we got to stop being scared to speak up and say something.
We have to.
Yeah.
It's a must. It's a must.
Because if you don't say anything, you're still living in it. So what's the difference? You damned if you do and you damned if you don't. I'm going to take the risk.
And nowadays they say silence is golden. Today, silence is deadly.
Mm.
Silence is abusive. So you have to speak up. You have to tell your story. You might save someone else's life by speaking out what you're going through. Just don't take it. You don't have to take it anymore.
And that is what the Me Too movement has been about all these years. It has been about women who have finally decided, if I got to be the one to take the fall, if I got to be the martyr to get out there and tell my story because it's going to help somebody else, then I'm going to tell my story. If I'm being honest, it's women being dragged through their houses and down steps and shit right here in Baldwin and Mobile County, and a lot of people know about it, but we don't say anything.
That's not my business.
It's
that mentality today.
Yeah,
it's not my business.
So we just allow it to happen.
Yeah, exactly what happens.
And even it is so, even young people, and I don't know why that's so surprising to me, because I told you my first experience with abuse was when I was 13 years old. But it's still so shocking to me when I see the amount of young people who are being abused.
I have a student that's been abused. She's a younger girl dating an older student at our school. And she was being abused by this student, and she felt like she had to take it because she say, quote unquote, at 13, she's in love. So you don't know what love is. Love doesn't hurt. Love doesn't hit you. Love doesn't break your items. Love is comfort. Find someone that's going to comfort you and not abuse you at your age. You start off now, you're going to grow up. As like I told her, you might not even live to see 17 at this rate. Mm-hmm. You take it and you think it's okay, and it's not okay to be hit by a man. No, it's never okay to be hit. No, don't make him that. Don't think you made him that mad to hit you,
because that's what they do. They gaslight you. Y'all love that gaslight word, and that's what happens. They gaslight you into thinking that it's your fault, or you did this, something you did. What could I have done differently to keep him? No, I don't care what you do. And so all the guys out there, just listen. Let me make it very clear. I don't even care if you find somebody cheating on you. If you find a condom in your girl's car, I don't care what you find. You do not have a right to put your hands on anybody's child, because that is not your child. And not only do you not have a right to put your hands on anybody's child, how dare you get out there and get mad with them for telling somebody? Mm-hmm. You get upset with them for telling something. No, you should be embarrassed when somebody comes back and confronts you about putting your hands on somebody. Exactly. Not mad with her for telling somebody, because you could have kept your hands to yourself. Is easily what you could have did. Yeah. But now you're embarrassed, right? Or angry. And I just don't get it. But the best thing for you to do, this is personal, best thing for you to do is keep your hands to yourself, and then we ain't got to worry about it no more, right?
That's right.
Because I expect people to come back and tell me. And sis, we out here telling our girls so much about, we telling them what we cooked the other night. We telling them how good the D is.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Don't come and tell me how good the D is, but you can't come and tell me this dude putting his hands on you.
With the good D.
With the good D.
Ain't no D that good, okay?
Ain't no D that good.
Okay.
Okay? It's getting a little hot.
Nope.
It's getting a little hot in here. I might need a little
turn the fan on, okay?
Something. I'm glistening. But I just want, because my heart really goes out to look back at Cassie, especially with her being so young back then, and him being a full grown man. And this is how you do this, child, because that's what she was, And I don't think she was stupid. I don't think she was dumb. I don't think she was any of that. I think she was scared. I think she was frightened, and rightfully so. Look at what he was doing to her. She was trying to leave. Mm-hmm. And he would not allow her to leave, and he drug her back there. He kicked her for trying to leave. You know how many women out here have been trying to leave, and they can't because that's what they got to go through, but they can't say nothing to nobody. Who's going to help? Who is going to help them if they don't say something to somebody? You got to say something.
You have to speak up.
You got to speak up.
You got to speak up. You have to speak up. It's never okay to be hit on. You're not a punching bag. And I don't think Cassidy, I don't think they say she was a gold digger. I don't think she was a gold digger. She was actually, I think, at her age, looking for love, looking for that father figure. She probably didn't have at home. Someone that she can call her own. I don't think she was a gold digger. Personally, I don't think she was a gold digger. She was looking for love. She thought he actually loved her.
I can't imagine that anybody would stay that. Now I know, people do stay in relationships for the wrong reasons. Sometimes we stay in relationships for our children, whatever, financial stability. I know that happens, but I just cannot imagine that at that point, I'm gonna say child because at that point that's what it was. I cannot imagine, even like those girls with R. Kelly. I just, in my mind, cannot imagine that they were staying with these guys for the clout of it or for the money of it. I just don't think so. I think that they get brainwashed once they get in there, and some of them do think that's
and they're
love.
So young, they really don't know. Mm-hmm. You can easily persuade a child, and they were children. No, a child mind is still developing. You can train that mind to do what you tell it to do, and at that age, he really had them trained to advance him at his advantage.
And we got to train our daughters, and we got to train our sons. We got to train both of them. We got to train both of them to keep their hands to themselves. Both of them that they don't have to put up with anybody putting their hands on them.
Especially our sons. Do not hit a female. I have all boys. No matter what she does, it does not want you to hit her. Get your stuff and leave.
And if mine hits you, leave her. Yeah. Okay, leave. Don't keep going back. If you know y'all in this toxic relationship and y'all can't keep your hands safe, leave her. Okay, leave her alone. If you can't treat my child the way she's supposed to be treated, if you can't treat my nieces the way they're supposed to be treated, or my friends the way they're supposed to be treated, leave them alone. Why are you still going back? But y'all always throwing out this narcissist, this antisocial word, P. Diddy. That's what he is. Nothing. I don't want to hear nothing and no apology about no drugs and no alcohol. Because at the beginning of the day, I don't care. You can be on the highest strength or however you talk about cocaine, like some really, really strong shit you can be on. But that kind of behavior, that got to be in you for it to come out of you.
And you can't justify it. It's unjustifiable. Hitting a female by a male is unjustifiable. You can't blame the cocaine. You can't blame the alcohol. Like you say, Trish, it's in you. Mm-hmm. And if it's in you, eventually it's going to come out. One thing's going to tip you off the edge. It's all going to come out. There's no excuse. You can't justify abuse. It's unjustifiable. In my case, that's what I think about it.
So go ahead and be transparent like I am every single time, because I'm never going to get on here. I'm never going to be a hypocrite to you. I've said it on here before that in the first part of my marriage that my husband was absolutely abusive. I've told you that I stayed with him, but not one time that I ever said that was the right decision for me to do so. Now, one time did I ever tell anybody out there to stay with anybody who puts their hands on you. I can't even sit here and honestly tell you that you can actually, I ain't gonna say you, I'm gonna say me. I'm gonna sit here and say, like, truthfully and honestly, did I ever really forgive him for all those things that he did before? I don't really think I did. Why? Because during like conversations when he and I would be talking to our daughters and we telling them, to never let nobody put their hands on you. You don't think that came back in my mind to wonder, okay, well,
you did it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit me.
Yeah. You're like, they different, because I'm somebody's child too. Exactly. I'm somebody's daughter too. So I'm telling you that I don't recommend it. If you are in an abusive relationship, it's always going to be me to tell you, get out of it. Get out of it and tell somebody what's happening to you. Do not sit in your home and suffer alone in your home. I know it's happening here. I know for a fact it's happening here. It's happened to me several times here. I'm telling you, I don't know. It was like I was a magnet for people wanting to put it. As much as I get on here and say things about my oldest daughter's father, I can honestly tell you, he never put his hands on me. So if I don't respect him for anything else, I can tell you that that man never, ever put his hands on me.
He's a real man.
Yeah.
Real men don't hit women.
So I don't get it. Now, me, I had been in so many relationships where all we did was fight. It was me trying to fight him. And him saying things like, you know what? Why you curse so much? You know, why you curse like a man? Or why you trying to fight? Like, why we can't just talk about it? That was me. But it was all I had seen.
That's all you knew.
That's all I knew. Mm-hmm. Not from my parents. I never saw my daddy. My daddy rarely even cursed other than shit in front of us at home. Like, he didn't speak to us like that. He wasn't no fighting going on. I ain't even getting no whoopings or nothing at home. So I don't know what it is about me, but don't be me. That's all I don't tell you nothing else tonight. Don't be me. Don't be that person who put up with it way too many times, who was always trying to blame myself or accept, the blame that was being put on me for these things happening. Nobody deserves that. Okay? Get out. And that's why we always telling y'all. That's why we always telling y'all, young people for sure. When we say get your bag
and leave.
You cannot be so dependent. It feels good and nice. I get it, to be able to say I don't gotta work. I can sit at home at the house. He works. But you ain't saving none of that money while he working. And you just let him do whatever he want to do when he mishandling you while he doing all the working. And then when you need to leave because he ain't treating you right, because he hitting on you or cheating on you, but you can't even move. You can't even move because you ain't got no bag. You ain't got no money to move with. You ain't got no job. You ain't got no education. You ain't got what you gonna do? So yeah, it is important for you to get an education, young people.
It is.
It is important for you to learn how to manage your money, young people.
Survive on your own. Learn survival skills. I can make it by myself. You don't need nobody to help you.
Hey Mario,
get that mentality.
Rose. Get that mentality. Somebody gave me some stars. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the stars, everybody. All right, so do I need to add anything about? I think that's probably all I ain't gonna even give him that much. So let's move on. Let's move on to Pastor. All right, I am sweating. It is hot in here tonight. Let's move on to Pastor. Pastor said hush.
Hush. Mm-hmm. And Pastor meant hush.
And he meant hush. I get it. I don't know how you feel, but I get it. I get it. So I'll go ahead and give my. No, I always give my first.
No, you go ahead. You go first. Let me see where your mindset is.
Okay, where my mindset is. I get it. I don't think that everybody in the church. Like I remember T.D. Jakes one day. He was preaching. He hadn't even started preaching. He just walked on the stage, and this lady was just yelling. He was like, "What?" He was like, "Sit down." He was like, "I'm not God. I need to start preaching yet." Like, what are you doing? So I get that because it can be distracting. Now it's how I said, I posted on Facebook that when the Bible says, when the Lord said, be still. Be still. Be still also means to be quiet, to listen, because not only is he trying to bless you, but he's trying to bless me too. And if you can't control yourself enough to sit down and be quiet, to listen to what he's trying to tell you, how you going to know what to do? So I do believe that when the pastor gets up and starts preaching, yeah, I want y'all to be quiet. I mean, it's a difference between hallelujah. Say, preach, pastor, that's different. But all that hollering that woman was doing while he was trying to preach. And then the minute he said, hush. And somebody was like, oh, ain't no way I'm gonna be out in, and praising the Lord and somebody gonna stop. No, can't nobody stop you. Because if the Holy Ghost really had been moving you, baby, you still been hollering right now.
In the spirit. It was not the spirit. The spirit's gonna lead you in the right way. Mm-hmm. And what she was doing, I personally feel she wasn't in the spirit. And some people are, no matter what it is, attention seekers. She wanted the attention from the pastor. Not only did she interrupt him, but the person next to her might have needed that word. Somebody else might have needed that word, and she might have messed somebody else up from getting what they came for. Mm-hmm. You don't leave home and go to church, and that's what you get when you get there. That's not what you come to church for. To me, she was completely out of line. I think she wanted attention. She had some things going on maybe outside of the church that she brought inside of the church. and the pastor wasn't going for it.
Not today.
It's my time right now. You on my watch. This is my platform.
And he even said it. He said, I don't want to hear nobody right now but the presence of God, or something like he said. And it made sense to me. But yeah, people got real offended about it. But people get offended about everything.
Easily.
It does
easily. You can walk a certain way, somebody don't like it. You can sit a certain way and somebody don't like it.
Because I don't think it would be any difference if you are in school in a lecture and and the teacher's lecturing and you have somebody there. One of the kids
I tell them all the time, shut it up. Put a cap on it. Right now, Miss Amy is talking to you. Now I can't talk over you. We can't talk together.
And why should they have to try to preach over you?
Shouldn't have to be that way.
Yeah, I get it. Now they say it had been going on. I think he said on his interview, like 4 years.
Oh wow!
They have been trying to work with her. You know, they've taken her out of the church and out of the service, and tried to go and calm her down and stuff. But she just keeps doing it. I don't even know, Pastor Key, I don't know why she's still in the choir though. Like,
she should be in the choir.
Yeah, like just remove her from the choir.
And if she got some mental issues before you go to church, ma'am, take a double dose of your medication.
No, don't do that. That is not the advice.
Well, take your medication before you leave home, okay? If that calms you down so the word can go forth before you go to church, to take your medication, okay?
As prescribed.
As prescribed. For the medical advisor. I teach school, okay?
So, all right. That was Pastor Said Hush. I don't see anybody with any comments on that one. So we're going to keep moving right along. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, and share. Let's move. Okay. So there was this big thing, all the girls, as they say, is Coach a luxury item? So what do you think on as far, and what makes a luxury item? Like, I don't, because at this point I don't even know anymore. Like, is it a certain price point? Like, you got to get to a certain number.
So I think it's like, to me, luxury is like when you go into the ABC Spirit Zone. You got your top shelf, you got your second shelf, you got your bottom shelves of the alcohol. If, as far as Coach, to me, it's not Gucci, it's not Louis, it's not top luxury, it's not Bottega, but it's a low end luxury. Everybody can't afford Gucci. If you want a name brand that's at your price range, Coach, to me, it is luxury. It's a luxury brand that's been around for a very long time.
And the thing is,
it's not top shelf luxury, but it's luxury.
But also, like, what you find at your local department store or at the outlet is not all that you find on an actual, sometimes a website. Like even Gucci, like you might walk in Gucci at Macy's or Gucci at Neiman Marcus or the Gucci store, and you see a Louis Vuitton that costs like $2,000, but you got Louis Vuittons out here that and Gucci's that cost $45,000. So I don't think it's okay to. I don't really agree with trying to criticize what somebody else considers luxury for them, because they're even different. Listen, you're probably never going to see. I don't even know what's the name of the part. Hermes. Yeah, I'm not spending $45,000.
It's a lot.
On a purse. I'm not spending $10,000 on a Gucci. I'm not. But it's me, Coach. I've had a lot of coaches along my lifetime. I've had coaches that I've gotten from the outlet store on clearance of $55, and I've spent $800 on a coach that somebody stole. If y'all got my purse, bring it back. A black leather big hobo. Please bring me my purse back. That was like my favorite purse. I don't know who got my purse, but somebody did steal it. So apparently they thought it was luxury.
Because Coach is coming back. You see a lot of Coach nowadays.
So yeah, I think I'm okay with somebody considering Coach. I feel like it's a luxury.
It's affordable luxury.
Yeah.
It's affordable luxury that you can't afford.
Personally, I think luxury is a mindset. I feel like I am luxurious. I feel like anything that I put on, I can make look
luxurious.
So yeah, I don't necessarily have to have labels to feel that way. I will absolutely rock a $15 Temu outfit with some $300 shoes. I don't mind. But some people would never do that.
Most
To
of
me,
my
it's the
jeans come
balance.
from Ross. Now Ross got some. I love Ross jeans and their shorts, and you can dress up
And
Ross to make
cargo
Ross
pants.
look
I love their
look
cargo
yeah, look
pants.
luxurious. And Target boutique Target,
I love them.
that's my go-to place too.
Target,
You know,
Target be some. I don't know. They seem to go through like every
faces.
3 years. Like every 3 years, they kind of
They
fall
go
off. I'm like, where are all the clothes?
got different buyer. I think it
Is that
changed
what it
buyers a lot.
is?
That's what I think it is.
Is that what it is? Because I be real disappointed sometimes. You used to be able to go in there and just pull something off the rack real quick at Target. But yeah, if I go in Walmart and I see something cute in Walmart, I will absolutely pick it up and buy it and wear it. And y'all ask me, "Ooh, you cute? Where you get that from?" And I'm gonna tell you, Walmart, Amazon. I don't care. I don't care. It feels luxurious when I put it on, and it's all about how you dress things up.
That's it.
You
You
know.
dress it up to make it look
Mm-hmm.
very, very, very rich,
Mm-hmm.
and still got money in the bank.
And still got what Cash Commandments is like my new song right now. If y'all haven't listened to it, y'all gotta download Cash. It's got a lot of cursing in the church, people. But one of the commandments is like don't go dropping a bag on a bag unless you got a bag to put in the bag.
And the bag is empty.
Makes sense to me. It makes a lot of sense to me. So yeah, I mean, do I have luxury purposes? I do. Um, I do, but it's not something like I don't have to have it. I don't wear it all the time. It's okay. It's okay. And do I even have some stuff? Do I have some dupes? Sure do. I absolutely do. And y'all would never know it. Yeah, it's okay with me. I'm okay with it. Replicas, whatever you want to call them. I'm cool with it.
Knockoffs.
Knockoffs.
It don't matter.
So anyway, that is my take on the coach, and that is Nikki's take on the
The coach.
coach. All right, y'all ready to get into it? I'll put me on an outfit from the $10 store in a minute. You better tell them, LaShonda. You better tell them.
And think nothing of it.
All right, so unbraid my hair. I don't know. I'm all over the place with this one. I don't even know.
I have mixed feelings. I have very mixed feelings about it.
And the only reason I have and what we're talking about is the teacher at school, the black male teacher at school, who was fired for making a real TikTok, whatever video of some female students that were sitting there unbraiding, taking his hair down in class. And so he was terminated for that. And so a lot of people feel it was like, I don't know, it might have been half and half and half, and people who felt like it was okay, it was not okay. I think the going consensus is it's it's inappropriate
Very.
for the classroom. However, my only problem with it is that I've not seen one female teacher get terminated or called out for doing the same thing. We got these teachers on there. I've seen girls putting lashes on them in the classroom, girls combing their hair in the classroom, brushing their hair in the classroom. We see teachers taking little girls or little boys under their wings and combing their hair, on break and buying them clothes to put on so they feel more comfortable. We see female teachers do it all the time. So my take on it was, if we're gonna stop the males from doing it, we just got to stop everybody from doing it. It's just how I felt. So,
But my thing was, he has to realize, first of all, you're black male, braids in your hair, and you're surrounded by these young girls. And the way things are today, you gotta keep a certain level of respect, professionalism. Some things as a black man, you just cannot do what a female do, because you're already judged so harshly and so hard. And my feeling was, I thought it was very unprofessional as a teacher to allow it to happen in the classroom. I don't think it warranted him getting fired, no. But a learning experience, Yes, it didn't warrant him getting fired, but I think it was very unprofessional. First of all, he's a young black man surrounded by young black girls digging in his hair. And if you're gonna do it in the classroom, why make a video? What's the purpose of the video?
And somebody in there, all
Why
these
video
kids
it?
got
You know
videos, so
why?
somebody is going to video
It's
it
gonna
if you're
video it.
doing it.
So I mean, even why? And my thing is, my students know me. You can come to my desk, you can raise your hand and I come to you. What you're not gonna do, we don't get so personal. You can feel you so relaxed. You can touch Miss Amy, or you can touch my hair, or you can touch. I like that shirt. No, we don't do that. It's okay to say, Miss Amy, your hair look nice today, but you're not gonna touch it. You're not gonna touch me because kids will easily flip the strip, and as the adult, you're on a chopping block. It's automatically chop.
Especially if you are a black male and
a black male. That was the problem. That was the problem. It wasn't taking the hair down. It wasn't a young girl. It was a young black male surrounded by young black females taking his hair down inside of the classroom on the clock at that. My thing is, leave school, take a half a day, leave early, go get your hair done professionally. Don't let the kids do it.
You really, so is that, but was he really doing it as because he just really needed his hair down, taken down, or was he doing it?
Yeah, he just said something was going on. He didn't have time to take it down. He had like an engagement that night, I think. He was leaving school, going to the hair shop. He was trying to save time taking his hair down before he got there to get it rebraided. That was supposed to be like a time convenience situation.
So he just let the girls
take his hair
down. And I just imagine the ridicule that they'll go through. So yeah, I feel like as a teacher, you do have to be not only protective of yourself, but also protective of your students as well. I know one of my children and I were talking the other day about a particular teacher who everybody kind of gravitate. And there's always, like, I had one. I was always in Miss Brunson's room. She's a female. So you always have that one cool teacher who you always feel comfortable with. Everybody kind of gravitates. If you get a break, I want to go hang out there. And she would say that there would be other teachers who would question, and it wasn't just her. She said it would be other students too, but they would always question why they always want to go over there to his classroom. And still to today, she feels like they were just making a big deal about nothing. So it's hard, especially with these young teachers, you know, because like they're getting younger. They go to school, they finishing, and they are in the classrooms. And a lot. Is it just me, or are there more male teachers now than there used to be?
It's more.
And they're handsome.
And they're young.
They're young and they're handsome. Mm-hmm. So I do think that, y'all gotta be like, you gotta be smarter than that. You have to be smarter than that.
Because the kids today is not the kids when we were in school. These kids are totally different. They're doing things, they know more now than we knew back then. So you just can't let your guards down because the students are different. Times have really, really changed. These kids are very advanced. They're not playing with dolls and trains and Tonka trucks anymore.
And you have to look at it you have to absolutely think about how other people are going to perceive it. Because, you know, like I said, and I'll say that again, sometimes personal trauma determines how you see something. So what I've been through, and I look at that, if I had not dealt with my trauma, I may see something sexual in that. But I didn't see anything sexual in that at all. It's not meaning that it wasn't. I don't believe that it was though. But if you've been there before, then you might take that as feeling like it was something sexual. I think somebody had posted something about it feeling good when somebody plays in your hair and how you take take that as sexual. So it's a lot of ways that you can look at it and take it. But I definitely personally, when I looked at it, I'm not gonna say it wasn't appropriate because it was in a classroom. But I do think that they used him as an example. But an example for who? An example for other male teachers, or an example for teachers as a whole?
I hope all teachers, male and female, should learn from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, should learn from that. It's a lot to learn from.
I don't want to see no more kids putting lashes on your teachers in the classroom, because we see it all the time.
It happens.
And then, like, so how do you feel like about a teacher who maybe, you know, I'm still 14 years old. I'm less fortunate. I don't have my hair combed today. I mean, I've seen TikToks about teachers who say they will pull this child and comb their hair for them every day.
No, I did it. I did. We had a student last 2 semesters ago. She had a hood on her head. And we can't wear hoodies at my school. So she was getting in trouble that day, fixing to get sent home. But she wouldn't take her hood off. And then she told me, Miss Amy, my hair have not been combed. My hair is not right. So I got my co-teacher to keep my class. I took her to my classroom. Just me and her and no cameras. And I fixed her hair. I keep my glue with me. Anybody wear wigs? I keep that. So I had my glue, my brush, and my work bag. And I glued her wig back down and I fixed it and I put a couple of braids in her hair. And when I got through, she actually felt good about herself. And I think about it now, was I wrong? No, she could have said anything,
Especially
it's just she and I in the classroom together. Anything, she could have said anything about the situation. But instead, she thanked me. Because then she had confidence and she went on to class. I have done it. I did it personally.
And I think
I did it myself.
I even as a nurse, there's certain things that you should not be doing for patients, but I have left and, gone and bought the patient's last meal for them. If they said they wanted a Burger King and I know they dying and that's what they want, I'm going to ask somebody to watch my patients. Let me run and get this. And so those things are things that we're not supposed to do. But when you are human and you do come from a place of compassion, there is, like, to me, a gray area. Like, everything is not just black and white. You absolutely can't ever do this here. But know that you take a risk.
It's a big
risk.
You
do it. When you do it. So especially to young teachers out there, and don't do it because you see, just because somebody else got away with the TikTok don't mean you're going to get away.
It's not. You won't.
With the TikTok. But y'all just be careful.
Stay professional. Stay professional.
I would say, I'm like, the kids ain't supposed to have their phones and stuff out in the classroom anyway. So maybe, because you see like little cute videos of kids all the time.
All the time.
So, and you wonder, like, okay, when was the camera? Like, when did they press play? For you to be able to catch that child saying that was that funny and you didn't even know what was going to happen. So are you recording the whole 30 minutes just hoping that one of those students is going to say something TikTok worthy?
Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe we should just take the TikToks out of the classroom. Take the reels out of the classroom. Take the teachers' phones, put them up, and don't use videos in the classrooms. Because
I agree with that. The teacher shouldn't have a phone. I tell my kids they want a TikTok almost every other day. Mm-hmm. You're not going to TikTok on my clock. As I tell them, you make TikTok in somebody else's classroom, you will not TikTok up in here. Tell me what 2 times 2 is. Let's do some math. Yeah, they be want a TikTok. They say, Miss Amy ain't going for that. When you ask Miss Amy, because she ain't going to let you do it no way. And I'll be like, sure ain't. And I'm glad you know it.
I think we should treat classrooms like we treat medical facilities, and as far as the privacy, because like I know when my child started, when they were still in school, there is like a clause in the registration paperwork as far as photography, videography, and social media.
There is.
But I was thinking that was for the school's purpose, not for the teachers to get in there and make their own TikToks.
Exactly.
About the class. I mean, but it's fun. Like, they doing the dress up. The teachers are dressing up like students
now.
Yeah, and so that's fun. So if you take away the cameras, and are we going to be able to see all that fun stuff that happens? It's definitely a shady area. So
it's very gray. It's very gray. It's very shady. Mm-hmm. Like, do what it takes to reach the kids, but you can damage you trying to reach the kids. Yeah, mm-hmm. It's like a take 2020. You get, you don't know the outcome of it. So you gotta pull back and be careful what you do with these kids nowadays.
And from what I understand, I don't know how true it is, but what I understand, they actually took his teacher certificate.
I don't know, he lost his license. Oh wow,
that's what they say. That's what they say.
It didn't warrant all of that. It didn't warrant all of that. That's too harsh. That's too harsh of a punishment.
So hopefully, somebody gonna always be that person that's gonna have to be you're gonna be the example.
He was the example. They made him the example. Right. He wasn't the first. He won't be the last.
They still TikToking out there right now in the classrooms.
Won't be the last.
All right. So, lastly, we're gonna talk about tonight. Hungry black man. Somebody tag the hungry black man. Let me find him. Huh? He blocked tech. Tech can't tag.
Oh no. He ain't home. He just
Let me see if I can tag the hungry black man. The hungry. Oh, there he is.
Oh, okay.
Did he change his picture? I think that's him. I think that's him. Yeah, that's him. Anyway, so a few people have asked me, well, who is he? And I honestly had never heard of. Have you ever heard of him before, Tech, before he came down here that time? I had never heard of him. But he ended up, he does food reviews. Apparently he has a restaurant in California. He came to Mobile about a month, 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks ago, and did some reviews at several local Black-owned establishments. Sorry. So it started out with, people were telling him where to go to, and people were upset because they felt like he was going everywhere except where we're telling you the best places to go are. Now, having said that, everybody has their own favorite places to go to, and it's one of the things I will always respect Chef Big A for. When he came on the podcast and we did like restaurant reviews or we talked about restaurants, he never had not one harsh word to say about other. He gave his opinions on other establishments or maybe said things he would have did differently. But the one thing that he said to me that day that stood out, and it still does today, you cannot go to these restaurants looking for the food you cook, your mama cook, or your cousin cook.
Exactly.
If you want to cook the food you cook, your mama cook, or your cousin cook, you're going to have to go to your house, your mama house, or your cousin house to get that food. It doesn't mean it's not good. We all just have different palates. Some people like white macaroni and cheese. Some people want it yellow. Some people want it creamy. Some people want it chunky. Right? Everybody likes a different kind of. I'll eat both of them.
Different seasoning.
Yeah, different seasoning.
Different spices.
So that was my problem. That has been my problem now, and why I said I don't want to do reviews. However, I still do look at reviews when I'm about to go somewhere.
I do too. I do too. I check them.
And it's no different. Like I'm also checking the rating, the health inspection ratings when I go to these different restaurants. But I want to know what people think. Like I want to know what the service is like. I want to know how long the wait time typically is at these different restaurants. I want to know what your favorite dish is. But I now don't look at your favorite dish to be my favorite dish. I'm gonna look at the menu when I get there and choose what I like. Have I went to different restaurants and somebody told me something was amazing and I got there and I'm like,
it's not good.
Yeah, this is not for me. I don't like.
They're having a bad day today. That's what I was saying. Maybe they're having an off day today, and I might try them again. We all have off days.
This is true. And like, if you bring in somebody, like you already been going around town being ugly and rude and nasty to people, I'm sure those servers at those restaurants were a little bit, nervous. Maybe not the owner, but the owners are probably on them like, listen,
exactly.
Make sure you do this, and they probably on them, and they probably nervous. So it might sound good in your head, like, oh no, y'all was supposed to put that on. But sometimes you do get a little nervous when this stuff happens too. But just the fact that you were so rude and that you kept making it seem like you came down here with the purpose of trying to help these restaurants, nah, homie. That's not what you were trying to do. I don't even believe you came down here with no money, except to do what you did, which was eat when you were already disgustingly stuffed. Who can eat that much food and appreciate it?
They can't. It can't be done.
Because when I eat on Thanksgiving, it tastes real good on the first plate.
Exactly.
And then I keep going back, and all of a sudden,
don't taste the same.
No, and then you end up just throwing plates in the garbage. That's why you see all this food at the end of the night. Because people you just want more, and you feel like Thanksgiving only comes, so you eating and eating and eating. It is no way, and I'm gonna tell you that this is a little personal to me when it comes to My Boss Pizza. I don't care what y'all think about My Boss Pizza. This is a little personal for me, but there's no way you went there.
No way.
And you ate that pizza already stuffed, and you expected to be able to enjoy that pizza. Okay. I'm not a crazy fan about pizza. I got acid reflux. I don't even really eat pizza. But if I do, I'll go there. I'll have the chicken Alfredo. But typically, I just get the wings. Love the
Yes, they are
wings.
amazing. They are
Yes.
absolutely amazing.
So if you don't like the pizza, don't eat the pizza. But that don't mean you can't go support my girl and eat some wings. And they got damn good
And
drinks.
they have some drinks.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere is amazing. They're so laid back and it's so relaxing.
Mhm.
This atmosphere alone creates a different mood change.
So I'm just saying, don't get so caught up anymore in reviews. People were going crazy when I loved it. I was so excited because when I went to Toasted Yolk in Houston, it was amazing. Like I would literally sat there and I was like, is this a franchise? If you ever do you ever consider opening up something in Mobile or where are your other locations? So when I saw that they were opening the Toasted Yolk here, I was so excited about going. And I went to the Toasted Yolk. It wasn't even the menu as the one in Houston. What I was looking for to be there, what I had been waiting on for 3 years now, wasn't even on the menu. And the drinks were not as good as they were at the Toasted Yolk over there, right? Because you got two different restaurants.
Exactly.
But a lot of people have been 3 or 4 times and they enjoyed it, and that's okay. I ain't got no problem with you liking something that I don't like.
Exactly.
It's cool. Just say you don't like it and don't go back if you don't choose to, and go back if you want to try it different. But at the end of the day, yeah, these are these people's livelihoods, right? And this is like people have poured their blood, sweat, tears, and a whole lot of money into opening up these establishments. And so, we yell, buy black, stay black. I'm always support black, but we cannot continue to be the ones that tear out black
Exactly.
business owners down like that. And so I don't think it's that Mobile definitely ran you out of here, but you deserve to be.
Should have.
You got what you gave, right? You came out here and you issued disrespect, and disrespect is what you got here. You were petty and you got petty. You got petty right back. So what did you really expect from these people?
I think he came trying to build a name for himself. He came trying to get known. And first thing I feel the reviews weren't honest. He downed them because people like negativity. People actually like to hear bad things. And he fed into the mindset of those people. He didn't give an honest review. He said what the people wanted to hear. So I know I've been there myself several times. And I hadn't had a bad experience yet. He was trying to build a name for himself. He's trying to get, I guess, what do you call him? You go viral. Mm-hmm. He wants to go viral at somebody's expense. You can't tear somebody down to build you up. You won't last.
This is a whole thing. And we talking about small. We ain't talking about a Walmart, a Target, a Ruth's Chris, or nothing like that. We talking about your own local small black business owners. And he thought that people were just gonna let him come in here, and it wasn't. Because look, we at your restaurant. I'm coming here, and I'm coming to your restaurant, and I'm coming here to help you. In your restaurant. So I'm like, I'm gonna eat this food, and then I'm gonna critique it and tell you what you can do to make it better, because you own a whole restaurant
privately.
Yes. So how did you feel like that was the way for you to make it better? But then you got real in your feelings about your reviews going down to that 1.2.
Exactly.
So how you think that, bruh? Like, how did you think people were going to feel when you were trying to make their reviews go down to the same thing?
Go way down.
Yeah. You didn't come, and then you want to keep talking about, y'all don't want nobody to help you, acting like you're going to drop some checks to help somebody rebuild their business or get their menu weird. That's not what you came to do.
Nope.
It's not what you came to do at all. So you got what you deserved. I don't feel sorry for you. And I hope that wherever else you go, if you can't come with some respect, if you can't go with some respect and actually go with the intentions of helping your fellow black small business owners, don't go.
Don't do it.
Stay home. And I probably don't want to come back down here because it don't look like they got nothing for you.
Nothing. I mean, nothing at all. No like. Most definitely no respect. That's out the window.
You was wrong for that, partner.
I'm sorry.
Was wrong for that. And I still give you listen, you still, I'll send you the link right now. You can call me tomorrow. You can email me tomorrow. You can jump in my inbox tomorrow. I'll still bring you on here. and let you say what you got to say. Like I said, do I want you to come on here because I want to help you? Nope. Do I want you to come on here because I want you to help me?
Nope.
Nope. Do I want you to come on here for clout? Just like you. That's all I need you for. That's all I need you for, is to help me get my views up. So go ahead, send me your people. Go jump on here so I can, access your people. Because that's all you did. You use everybody down here and you belittled those people who really get up every day and go try to get on their grind to try to make some money to provide for their families and do something for the community. I don't think it's that people just can't take reviews. They just don't want to hear. A lot of times they don't. A lot of times they don't, but that's where the review is. We depend on reviews.
We do.
But a review is trash if it's not authentic. Your reviews
exactly
were not authentic.
And I learned from him not to take all reviews seriously. Don't take them to heart. Don't judge them so harshly, because his review was completely wrong. It was inadequate. And my thing is, the next person could be the same way. So I've learned from you not to take all reviews to heart. Judge it for myself.
Because like you say, I don't know how many times I love a fillet of fish, and I don't know how many times I done went to McDonald's and got a fillet of fish. And sometimes, it's like hit or miss. It's either going to be amazing or it's going to be trash.
I mean, trash had a bad day. Everybody have bad days. So have an off day.
But anyway, I guess that's it. We actually, that's obviously the key, is to write down a list of all the topics that we need to cover, so they all get topics. So let's cover it. So let's run it back. We talked about Pastor Said Hush. That was Pastor Keon, who told the lady in the choir to be quiet and let the Lord use him. And I'm glad he did. And I hope that more pastors would do the same, because some of y'all need to go sit down somewhere so we can hear
the word
of God. And then we talked about whether or not a coach is a luxury brand. It is to me.
It's luxury. It's most definitely luxury.
And everybody, everybody can't afford to buy a $2, $3, $4, $10, $45,000 luxury brand. But if Coach is a luxury you afford, and you got the bag to put in a bag, whatever your bag matches, that's the bag you need to be purchasing.
Exactly.
Right?
Save the bag. Don't break the bag. Don't break the bag trying to carry the bag. Exactly.
There you go. So yes, I feel like Coach, and I feel like y'all should keep rocking them. And I feel like you should just wear whatever you want to wear, regardless of what anybody else thinks anyway. Who cares what anybody thinks, or whether or not they consider what you're wearing luxury
or not.
All right. So join me on the F what everybody think train right now. Please.
That train gonna keep on rolling.
Because the train gonna keep on rolling. And then, of course, we talked about unbraiding my hair. And that was a teacher who allowed 2 young female students to unbraid his hair, take his hair down in the classroom. I think it's been the going consensus that it was inappropriate, because it was the classroom. Teachers do a better job at protecting not only yourself, protect your students as well, so that you don't get this backlash in these kind of situations. All right, take the cameras out the classroom. That's what I say. We talked about the Hungry Black Man. We just wrapped that up. We talked about how disgusting his reviews were. So I reviewed his disgusting reviews. We did that. And then, of course, we talked about the fall of P. Diddy. So that's how we're going to end tonight. We're going to end with the word of prayer. And I am going to pray for every female and every male that is out there who is in an abusive relationship, that God will give you the strength and the power that you need to remove yourself from that hellhole.
Exactly. Amen.
That is my prayer for you tonight. My prayer is that you would speak up and speak out, first to help yourself, and then also to be a blessing and to help somebody else. Your secrets hold so much power when you expose them.
Exactly.
But they hurt you when they're hidden. Okay? So I want you to heal by releasing those secrets. Like we said, we want you to stop telling your friends how good the D is, and tell your friends that the D that's so good is not good to you.
Exactly. It's good for you, but it's not good to you.
Okay? All right. So if all hearts and minds are clear, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. You want to pray? Go ahead. You can pray us out.
Okay. Father God, we come to say, Lord, we say thank you. Thank you for this day. We thank you for being God. We thank you for waking us up in our right mind. And we knew that you wake us up. We ask that you touch every female, every male that's living through things they shouldn't have to live with, that they think it's okay. We ask that you touch their minds, touch their heart, give them the ability to know that you are God and that whatever it is that they're going through, you can pull them through. All they have to do is just make that first step and you'll make two or three. Let them know that they are not punching bags. Let them realize, God, that you are God and that you are a way maker and that you will supply all of their needs. And we ask that you bless everyone on this podcast that's involved in this podcast. I ask you personally, dear God, to bless my cousin Trish. I ask that you touch her mind, touch her heart, and I ask that you get inside of her soul. I ask that you lead, that you guide her, and keep your angels encamped around about her and bless her from the sole of her head to the bottom of her feet. I ask that you bless everyone that's listening to this podcast tonight. Give them the desires of their heart. I ask that you let them know that you are God and that you are only a prayer away. And there's nothing that's too hard for God. Just all I got to do, just ask God and he'll do it. And we ask that you also bless the kids this summer as school is coming to an end. The school year is over. I say, thank you, God. I made it another school year. I ask that you keep us safe over the summer, keep the kids safe from all hurt, harm, and danger. We thank you for your grace. We thank you for your mercy. And we thank you for answering this prayer in advance. We give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. We give it all to you. In your son Jesus' name, we do pray. Amen.
In Jesus' name, thank you. We love y'all. God bless y'all and good night.
Have a good night.